everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So back at the plot today. It is absolutely freezing. It can only be about 1 degree, I'm sure. It's absolutely freezing. I'm going to put my hat on in a minute, but I've just literally come today because I picked up some, I'm still quite not sure how I want things to go on the plot, and that is just because of my lack of experience. I think I'm a little bit confused of where I want things to be, but what I think, I have bought some like wire mesh fence stuff to put for the fruit cage. Sorry, it's so early, I'm just still not even thinking properly, but I've got some wire mesh for the fruit cage, so I think I'll do that while I'm thinking about it. I also picked up some, I think they're 6-foot bamboo poles. I had to keep them outside of the shed because they just don't fit at the moment. So what I thought would be a really good idea, because I know I want to use them, and literally just put them into, say, like a TP shape and put them around the plot and see where they would fit, and do it that way, providing obviously where all the sun it will get and things like that. So, and I also want to take some pictures of what time now and then when I leave, and kind of gives me a rough idea of where the sun will be at what time. I'm hoping it works a little bit, but I'm going to try and base it on that rather than a layout. Obviously it's got to be workable and things, but I think the sun and the shade element is probably the most important. So I'll show you what I picked up, and I'll show you how frosty the ground is as well. So this is the mesh, so it's 1 meter high by 10 meters long, so I'll probably just do it in sections. But when I was putting up the scaffolding netting for the fruit cage, someone mentioned that it obviously wasn't, the gaps weren't big enough for pollinators to get through, and I would need that for my fruit. So thank you to everyone who picked up on that, by the way. You have saved me a job of having to take one whole side down, so thank you. But I got this one, so you can kind of see they're quite a bit bigger, which should be okay. And as it's only going to be on one side, I'm hoping I won't have to take the other side of the scaffolding down, which should be good. And then these are the other poles I got. So I think they're 6 foot, or probably higher actually. Maybe they're 8 foot. I can't really remember, but I'm going to take these around the plot. I just kind of see where they would stand a little bit, because I was thinking about having them up along the side here. But looking this morning, this is kind of where a majority of the sun is. So I'll have a little play around and see. Okay, so I made a bit of a rookie error and I forgot my pliers. So once again, the wire mesh is not going up onto the fruit cage, which is really annoying. However, I have just been measuring up some of the plot, because I've decided I'm not going to put my polytunnel back up. Probably seems like a bit of a waste, but I am going to reuse a lot of it. So I'll show you what the plan is, because I just think it'll work so much better on my plot itself. So this is the area where the polytunnel used to be, and then what I'm going to do is get the really tall thin ones and line them up against the back and the side, so maybe do 2 meters by 2 meters, and then that way I can dedicate, say, 1 to tomatoes, 1 to loofah, 1 to, and just do it that way instead. And then I can build it up as I go, get one at a time. Then when I've got a little bit of spare money, I can add to it, because I get a lot in this area here. I get a lot of this. I don't quite know what it is. I need to figure out, but it is an absolute nightmare to get out, and it always grows in the polytunnel itself. So the problem with that is that if I try, and you have to dig it up, and if I dig, then it ruins the rest of the ground in there, and I end up pulling up everything else. So I think if I do that, and then maybe put some, like, a little something in front of it that's got maybe some wildflowers, or I can do like a little bed that will have like tulips and things like that, I think it'll be really nice. Okay, so I've moved all the polytunnel poles over here. I'm going to keep these ones, the ones with the curved edges, because I can probably repair them a little bit, and I'm going to keep them to create one of the tunnels for things like my broccoli and cauliflower and things like that, so that should be okay. And I'm also going to use the cover, and I'm actually going to take the door from it and use it for the door for my fruit cage. because there's actually only one hole in the polytunnel cover, and it's on the side, so I'm sure I can use that for something else as well. And I may even make just like a little couple of like mini cloches and things out of them as well, because I've got all the poles. I can use the poles for that, and then I'm just not wasting anything. I just don't want it to be almost like for nothing. I've just wasted 60 odd pounds, so I think it's all good. I think we should be okay, but we'll see how we go. But I'm really pleased, kind of, I came down here today, didn't get what I wanted to do done again. Oh, this fruit cage is just, oh, killing my energy, but it'll be worth it when it all goes up. So yeah, I'm glad I came down and kind of got a bit of a better idea. And right guys, I think that's it for today. It's just nice to see and just kind of come and keep an eye on it, really, and just make sure there's nothing crazy going on. And it's nice to know that my shed is holding up on the roof as well, which is good. So whatever you're up to this week, have a lovely week ahead of you. This week I'm going to start planning, well, I've kind of already started, but start planning a little bit better what seeds need to go in when, because I do need to, we're going away in Feb, so I need to make sure I'm super prepared, super planned out. So yeah, have a lovely week ahead. Take care. Bye guys.